Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. Breaking scoop. I have received a copy of Bill Himon's public calendar covering his entire tenure while at the SEC Gov. It's extensive, 189 pages worth, of which I am still combing through, but here are some of the standouts. So, after combing through the first 2 years of entries in the Hinman calendar, there were 4 total meetings that were scheduled to take place with consensus or officials associated with it, and at least 2 other meetings concerning Ethereum before Hinman's June 18th speech. Now, we know for a fact that Ethereum got a free pass. Now, this shows proof that they were having meetings, though. So at some point, maybe they should open an investigation on this. Then today, we announced charges against 16 Wall Street firms for widespread and long-standing failures to maintain and preserve electronic communications. The firms agreed to pay combined penalties of more than $1.1 billion. Then Gary Gensler went on to say, finance ultimately depends on trust. By failing to honor their record-keeping and books and records obligations, the market participants we have charged today have failed to maintain that trust. As technology changes, it's even more important that registrants appropriately conduct their communications about business matters within only official channels, and they must maintain and preserve those communications. That came from Gensler. But the one thing that stands out here now, every one of these companies has to pay $125 million in penalties. But Goldman Sachs made the list. Is Gary trying to look unbiased in the Ripple case? Maybe that's what he's going for here. I don't know. But I think Gary's only there for one reason, to hold XRP back until the right time. Gary Gensler, you want out of this case but don't know how to get there. Ripple can sell for consumptive use in ODL. They already do this, and you can't stop them. If they sell to investors, then it must be registered. Squeeze other crypto projects and settle tomorrow. Now, it has been mentioned that Michael Barr can end this case at any time also. And again, at some point, maybe Gary Gensler will look for someone to step in and end the case so the SEC doesn't look bad. We'll have to wait and see. BlackRock has said many central banks aren't acknowledging the extent of recession needed to rapidly reduce inflation. Markets haven't priced that, so we shun most stocks. And again, the stock market isn't looking good. I believe the Dow is going into a correction, and that correction can last a long time. But on top of that, they're downplaying recession, and inflation is skyrocketing at the same time. Breaking, Flare Network's decentralization progress is at 28%. Once we're at 67%, token distribution event may occur. So maybe we're getting closer to the airdrop. I know this has been almost like waiting out the SEC lawsuit. It's been that long. People want Flare to go live already. Because once Flare goes live, XRP will definitely move up in value. And then there's this from Credible Crypto. Now, this talks about Bitcoin. He's saying sometime between May and September of next year, Bitcoin is going to hit 150 grand. Now, I don't know if that's going to play out perfect or not, because what I'm concerned about is I think we're headed for a utility run instead. I think everything is shifting. The narrative is shifting. New investors are talking about utility and use case. They're no longer chasing the meme coins. They're no longer looking at previous market cycles. And most people aren't even looking at Bitcoin, period, because there's so many better options out there right now to make money on. Real money, generational wealth, such as XRP. If you can't see the importance of a network of value over a network of information, then I can't really help you. BitBoy said that. Now, here's the thing. What we're using right now as far as Swift is 49 years old, and all it is a network of information. Once you bring technology in, real working technology such as XRP, It's a game changer. Our financial system will improve dramatically, very fast. We're on the brink of dramatic change. Now, what she's talking about is that we're not competing with China. We just have to keep up with China. The financial system has to be improved. And I think we're headed there. A lot of people are saying, well, we're never going to go cashless inside of the US. And I believe they're absolutely wrong. I believe we're headed there faster than ever. Biden signed into an executive order for a CBDC. FedNow is already, even though they're backtracking on the CBDC, they're looking for a way for it to get implemented without going through Congress. An emergency situation can get us there. I did a different video on that today. Ripple replaces SWIFT and XRP used to move the money. SWIFT moves $5 trillion daily. To move trillions, it cannot be valued at $10, as only 100 billion coins max. 100 billion times 10 equals 1 trillion. SWIFT alone moves $1.2 quadrillion per year. Other money exists too outside of SWIFT. Plus, you got to calculate in the debt. Nobody ever looks at the debt. They only look at the moving money. And other countries have debt also. It's going to be a major game changer for XRP once this system is implemented. People do not understand how high the price of XRP is going to go. If you're still stuck at looking at previous cycles and market cap, you're looking in the wrong direction. All the crisis that's going on throughout the world right now are leading us to one major crisis, and that's going to be a liquidity crisis at some time. That's when the bank will lock you out and you have no access to your money. That is coming. Our financial system's fine. I can send money to anyone already. Crypto's so silly. A fragmented system with 6% of SWIFT messages fail, and cross-border settlements take days with Nostro-Vostro accounts, locking in trillions in 2022. That's what's silly. And again, people outside of crypto will always FUD on crypto. They think it's imaginary money. What they don't realize is we're using it in the real world right now all the time. And it's growing in demand all the time. It's going mainstream. I said it in multiple videos already that I believe we're no longer in the infancy stage of crypto. I believe we're now at the toddler stage. Why? Because we see real world use cases using it. Mainstream governments adopting it. Once we get to the adult stage, that's it. No one will get into crypto at that point because the prices are going to be extremely high on a lot of them, especially the ISO coins. The SWIFT network is the backbone of today's financial system, and their quadrillions of dollars in annual volume are about to flow through and interoperate with crypto. Our time is coming, and it's true. We need a better system. Something that's 49 years old cannot outperform something that has just been built in recent years. Ripple and XRP is going to replace SWIFT global banking system in the future. That's why you hold XRP. When you originally bought into XRP, back then it was a different scenario. This was all imaginary at that time. Nobody could see it. Few could, but not many. Most were still covering market caps and previous cycles. Other people were speculating CBDCs are coming in the future. People said you're not going to see that until at least 2030. But here we are in 2022. CBDCs are getting built all around the world. Digital currencies are popping up in countries all the time. The time is now. The fourth industrial revolution's here, and if you don't know it yet, soon you will realize exactly what we're witnessing right now. Digital age is going to change in many ways. We're going to be tokenizing every single thing. Internet of Things is going to grow as time goes on. On top of that, all of a sudden, the unbanked are now banked, which is one of the biggest steps in all of this. It creates a level playing field. It's been mentioned many times. That doesn't just mean in governments. It means in people also. The way we send money from here, from me to you, and from you to someone else. That's also a lot of money. But the thing is, I want to get rid of my bank at some point. In all of this, I want to be my own bank. And you can easily do that through crypto, through passive income. You could borrow against one crypto and pay it off with this crypto through passive income. We're going to have so many options. And when these cryptos hit those high prices, more and more options will come along. But until then, you got to stay safe. You can't keep your crypto on exchanges, especially at a time like this. I mentioned that in yesterday's video because things can change very fast. And definitely be careful with your keys and your wallets because people are out there scamming left and right. On this channel, when I post a video, you see all those bots that come in. I try to get rid of them. They keep coming back but they're all scams, like that Amazon coin, and everybody thinks Jeff Bezos is a visionary and that you should be investing in it. Those are the things you got to avoid. And again, we're at a crazy time in our lives, but we're about to get very rich because of these crazy times. Keep that in mind. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.